All right, really quick video. Something that was really quickly on my mind, a question I wanted to pose to you all. All conferences are not created equal. All conferences are not created equal. What do you mean by that? What I mean is just because you won the Jeep Teriyaki conference, I'm not going to say a conference. I don't need 1,000 fans in my inbox. Why did you diss my conference? No, just because you won the Jeep Teriyaki conference does not mean you're better than the team in this conference that's got 1 or 2 losses. Let me use, for example, Indiana. Not picking on Indiana, great program. Got nothing to say bad about those guys. I'm just using you as an example to pose a question. Take Indiana, take Georgia. Not tooting my horn for Georgia before any of these fanned out fans. Lord, I know who. You know what I'm saying? Just posing the question. Let's just say Indiana had to open up with Clemson. Let's say after they opened up with Clemson, they had to go on the road to Alabama. After that, at some point, they got to go on the road to Texas, on the road to Kentucky, on the road to Ole Miss. They got to play Tennessee at home back in Bloomington. And then they get to wrap it up with Georgia Tech, a team that just put belt to ass against Miami, I might add. And Kentucky, who beat Ole Miss, let's not forget. Let's just say Indiana had to play that schedule. Would Indiana be undefeated? Indiana, their non-conference schedule included Charlotte, FIU, and something called Western Illinois. Didn't even know they had a damn football team, but hey, man, winning is winning, right? Cool. So here's the deal. They beat Michigan 20-15, right? You got to count for something. But if that team had to have Georgia schedule, again, if they had to open up with Clemson, Bama on the road, Texas on the road, Ole Miss on the road, Kentucky, who beat Ole Miss, on the road, Tennessee back at their home, and wrap it up against Georgia Tech, would Indiana be undefeated? Listen, man, all conferences are not created equal. This is why I was never with the just because you won your conference, that automatically should make you one of the best teams and you should be invited. I get why you're doing it. You win your conference, it means something. I get it. But to me, that's still not, that doesn't mean you're one of the best teams just because you won the Jeep Teriyaki conference, right? You may possibly be, even though you're undefeated, you may be the 4th best team in another conference. This is facts. I watched the Oklahoma Big 12 champion with Jalen Hurts. They were champs, right? Big whooping everybody. I watched you play LSU and get boat raced, bro. So what does your conference championship mean in the grand scheme of things, right? All conferences are not created equal, man, right? So to me, this college football playoff, while outstanding, providing a lot of important games this late in the season, and it's been entertaining, we get it. I think it's still a lot of same problems, different day. Different time, same damn issues, right? You're going to have some great teams sitting at home with 2 losses, 1 loss, 2 losses, maybe even 3 losses, who are better than these teams that won the Jeep Teriyaki conference just because their record's better, right? You're going to have a team that played stiff competition. A couple of them might. Texas A&M could possibly be that team if they're not careful. Bama could be that team if you're not careful. But you're going to take other teams who had a much easier path, a much easier football schedule, and the record's better. So that means they're a better football team. So I think, man, I'm not against the CFP, but at the same time, I think you're going to have a lot of the same problems, man, right? You're giving the most deserving team a shot and not the best team. Right? No disrespect to Kirk Signetti and the great Indiana. I'm only using you guys as an example. You've played Charlotte out of conference, FIU, and something called Western Illinois. No disrespect to them. I just never heard of it. Didn't even know they had a damn football team. Right? While Georgia, Texas A&M, these schools, especially Georgia, Clemson out of conference. Man, Georgia Tech, who just beat Miami out of conference. Then they had to go on the road, Texas, on the road, Bama, on the road, Kentucky. We talked about it. Is it fair that that 2-loss team gets to sit at home while the undefeated team who don't play virtually anyone gets to go to the college football playoff? Just want to know what you guys thought. Really, really quick video. I appreciate you guys, man. Tap in with me in the comments and let me know what you think. Just a question I wanted to pose and see what you guys had to say. Roll Tide to you. Much love. The truth, man, the truth will always be in the details.